Hey guys, how's it going? Doing a quick live stream, drinking a shitty beer. Uh, Grab a seat, pull up, grab a drink. This is my second live stream I've done on this channel. The first one was for my 100 subscriber special. I think that's what it was. We're almost at 200 actually, but 182 or something like that. I just wanted to do a live stream because I'm fucking bored. I'm sure a lot of you are bored too and don't really know what to do with yourself. So yeah, I'm just live streaming. It's not going to be a long one. It's going to be pretty short. Like I said, I'm just going to talk about some of the shit I've been wearing. Good stuff, not shit. I swear a lot. Yeah, I used to do these like, if you have watched me for a while, back about a year or so ago, I would do these like talking about fragrances videos where I would always talk about, um, what I've been wearing and stuff. And I kind of stopped doing it. And then a little while back said, oh, I was just going to combine reviews. And I always change my mind and stuff. I just felt like, hey, I might as well talk about what I've been wearing. I just uploaded a video, a review of Cuba Winter, if you want to check that out after this live stream. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but whatever. Just everyone just chill out. Sorry about that. Yeah, and I assume this live stream would be saved. I would assume YouTube would save this. What else do I got to talk about? Before I get into reviewing these colognes, I also wanted to talk about my Mixer stream. Mixer, if you're aware of Twitch, Twitch is live streaming for video games. So if you want to see people stream video games live and chat with people and chat with the person streaming, that's where you do that. Mixer, if you're not aware, is just another version of it. It's owned by Microsoft. I used to stream on Twitch a lot, actually quite a bit before I started this channel. I would do a lot of video game streaming. Just my current setup is kind of shitty, so I've switched over to Mixer and it's marginally better. Please don't expect ever like a professional grade stream over there on Mixer. But you can come chat with me there if you like video games. Watch me play some games. I play like lots of like platformers and I play like Dark Souls and all like kind of those kind of hard kind of games. Retro games, if you want to see like Mario games and all that sort of shit, come over there. I'm just getting started on there, so like I said, please bear with me. Quality might not be that great. I'm trying to work some stuff out, and I don't have a consistent schedule there yet. So I did stream earlier, just a little test. I probably will stream again tonight at some point. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. I probably might. I'm not 100%, but I'll probably stream later. And then, as much as I can until I get into a groove and hopefully can have a set schedule. So my name on there is East River G39523. Microsoft gave me that name and I didn't realize it, and it's not quite East River G3. I'm going to try to change it, but I'll leave a link. So anyways, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please consider going over there. It's following, not subscribing, and just watching me fucking hang out, man. Like it's really a lot of fun. You can chat about anything you want with me. I will talk to anyone. We can talk about whatever you want. It's a lot of fun. It's a good way to distract yourself and just kind of relax. Anyways, with that out of the way, take a drink of my shitty ass beer. I'm drinking the finest Keystone. I know, I'm drinking Keystone. I'm sorry, it's cheap. You gotta stock up, man. I want to talk about some of the colognes I've been wearing. And my cat's in here with me, so if you can, hello, buddy. You probably can see him. He's annoying, but I love him. So I've been doing a lot of the Cuba reviews lately because I just bought a bunch of them, and I kind of joked in my review that they're kind of like, they remind me of like Pokemon cards. They're just fun to collect. Some of them are really shitty. Some of them are really, really good. I've been doing a couple alt fragrances. I've been doing the Happy Land stuff. And I'm trying to be a little more consistent with uploading. Watch out, bud. So I'm just going to show you what I've basically been wearing. And that's kind of all I can think of right now for the stream. So Alt Suds is I've worn a couple times. Did a review of that. The more I wear this, the more I'm actually not liking it. I had mentioned in my review, I thought it was pretty okay. It smelled clean, like laundry detergent, laundry, dryer sheets, that kind of thing. And it does. It's fine. I happen to really like that kind of smell. I don't know. It's just got this weird cloying sensibility to it at the beginning. I will say that it does become much nicer as it dries down. I have a fair amount of juice for this, so at the very least, I'll use it as an air freshener. But I'm not going to say this is total shit. There's definitely going to be times when I want to smell this thing on myself after a shower or something. But I'm gonna tell you that after wearing it a couple times, I'm not as I'm not as gung ho about it as I was in the review. But you know, if you're into that stuff, I suggest trying this little sample. The next is Alt Executive Cologne, which is Creed Aventus cologne. I've never smelled Aventus or Aventus cologne. I have smelled a couple clones of Aventus, and I have their Aventus clone, which is called Executive. This one's pretty good, I gotta say. It does remind me of, this is alt fragrances, like I said, it reminds me of their version of Aventus, the Executive. It's just got a little less of that like smoky birchwood to it and a little more freshness, which seems to be in line with what people are saying with Aventus cologne. People didn't really like that one. I guess I could see why. This is kind of generic. It is fresh. It's very citrusy and bright and a little juicy, smelling like a juicy kind of citrus. I enjoy it. It's definitely an easy to wear cologne. Let me let my cat out real quick. Sorry, it's a live stream. Get out of here. As I was saying, it's juicy, fresh. It's uplifting, but there's absolutely nothing special about it. Do I like it more than their Aventus version? It's hard to say. I like the freshness of this. The citrus does smell very nice, but the Aventus one, that smoky kind of smell, birchwood kind of smell, the masculinity in that, I kind of almost prefer that a little more. This also has horrible longevity. I haven't reviewed this. Okay, so let's put that out of the way. We have Cuba Red. I've talked about this. I just did a review. It kind of smells similar to Burberry London. It's not quite Burberry London, but it definitely will remind you of that. It has more of a nice, dry, spiced sort of tobacco smell. It can be a bit sweet, but the spiced tobacco smell is very manly. I very much enjoy this. When I run out of Burberry London, I'll just stick with this one. We have Cuba Orange. This one is dog shit. This one is fucking awful. It smells like Clorox wipes at the top. I did a review of this one too. I've worn it one other time since. Awful, awful at the top. Smells like Clorox wipes. I will say, this orange creamsicle, orange soda vibe that people talked about, I was surprised. It did show up a little bit on the dry down. It never smelled like something I'd want to put on my skin, but I do have to say that I did get an orange cream smell. It smells a little bit it's definitely better on the dry down, I will say. It's never, like I said, something I want to wear. But on the dry down, it smells a little bit more like a room freshener or like Lysol or something you'd spray in the bathroom. Not very pleasant to put on the skin. I'll use it in the bathroom. I'll use it in my room as a room spray. And I will say that it did actually remind me a bit of like a kind of spray I used to smell at like my aunt's house when I was a kid. You know, like a weird scent memory. So as shitty as this really is to me, and as much as I'm never going to wear this as my scent of the day, I got a little connection to this because that scent memory thing kicked in. So room spray, I'll use it for that for sure. What do I got here? Cuba Blue. Haven't worn this yet, so I don't know why that's here. I can't talk about that one. Got Cuba Royal. I've worn this a couple times. Haven't done a review yet, but like I said, we'll get to it. This came before 1 million, but is less of that perfumey sweet at the top. The dry down isn't as cloying. There's some beautiful vanilla in this. It's better than 1 million, I'll tell you that. It's an absolutely gorgeous scent. It's a little synthetic, of course. All the Cubas are, but it's still gorgeous to my nose. We have Cuba Gold. I've worn this about one time. I used to have a bottle of this. I ran out. I've reviewed it before. I'll do a review again. It smells like La Male. It's a little nicer, actually. I've said before, I kind of went back and forth because I was like, I do have La Male too, so maybe it'd be fun to do a comparison video. Maybe I'll do that. But I had said that I kind of liked La Male a little bit more because I had this minty lavender at the top. I don't know. I think I actually like this more now. My nose is changing a little these days. It's just a little richer, a little smoother. It's got like an almond kind of vibe to it. It's got a little bit more richness in it, and I think I actually like this one more. I'll do a re-review. Next we have Cuba Prestige, which comes in this bottle, different than Cuba's normal offerings. They have a couple. They have Cuba. This is Cuba like Prestige Classic. They have Legacy, Platinum, Black. So they have a couple different flankers in this line. This is the only one I've tried. This is a clone of Terry Mugler's Angel Men or Amen. I've heard it's a very good clone. I've never smelled Amen. I've worn this a lot. This is fucking A+ juice. Okay, from my sensibilities, this stuff is amazing, and I think it's probably my favorite in the Cuba line. You're gonna get a good review on this one. Oh, it's good. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I don't know if you've smelled it, or Amen. It's like a sweet, like caramel gourmand that is so rich you want to just drink it at the top. But then it has this weird patchouli kind of woody, manly incense that smells a little like a hippie, but a little masculine, and it's mixed in there, and it just comes together to make a fucking great fragrance. Next, we have Cuba, Brazil. Haven't done a review on this one. Again, I'll get to it. Bigger bottle, if you ever wanted to know what the bigger bottles of Cuba stuff look like. Better sprayers. And like I said, yeah, I'll get to a review. I don't know what this is trying to clone. It's a like herbaceous, sweet, sort of fresh cologne. Really nice. I actually paid $4 for this bottle of cologne. It's a 3.3 ounce. $4. It's really nice. I'm absolutely going to reach for this in the spring season. So I like this one. We'll get to that one. It's really nice, don't get me wrong. It's not one of my favorites though, so it might be last in the line to review. Cuba Winter, I just did a review on that, so I'm not going to talk about it. Go watch that review. Invictus Clone, pretty good though. And then Cuba Wild Heart, which that's some pretty fucking cool packaging. It's supposed to be a clone of Ed Hardy's Luck and Love, which in itself I believe is a clone of Creed Milsim Imperial. I don't know either of those fragrances. And I've never sprayed this. I don't actually want to smell it too much because I want to be blind when I do a review. I've heard good things. I heard this is one of the better ones. I know I repeat myself a lot, but I dig this packaging so much. I'm fucking digging it. Ooh, we got some lag. Sorry about that if it got a little laggy. But of all the Cuba clones, this one is very unique to me. I like the skull. And last but not least for today, let's talk about what I've been wearing. Sorry, that's a little loud. We have another clone from Alt Fragrances. And I'm going to be honest, I said in my review, Alt Fragrances is never going to work with me. They're never going to reach out to me because I'm negative against them sometimes. When I used to work with them, back when they basically first came out, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I was quite honestly one of the first people talking about them on YouTube. They were like reaching out and like, hey, we'll send you some stuff. And I said, I'm going to review it fairly, but I would, of course, love you to send me some stuff to try. And then as soon as they got big, which happened in a 2-week period, they kind of blew up a little bit. They started getting more bigger reviewers talking. They're like, fuck you, forget about you. They never reached out to me. They just ignored me. But I feel like they had that kind of thing like, forget about you. We got some bigger people to deal with. I get it from a business standpoint, but it's just kind of shitty. I'm like, okay. And also, pardon me, they used to, I don't know if they do anymore because I've seen some negative reviews on their website. They used to delete reviews. If you go back and watch my Alt Fragrances reviews from when I did them about a year ago, I don't think I had anything negative to say about them. I was slightly critical of one clone that just didn't fall in line with what I like. And they deleted all my fucking reviews. They were 4-star reviews. I'm like, get out of here, man. I don't think they do that anymore. So I don't know. I bought these fragrances, so I got to be honest. I can't be too hypocritical here. Give them a chance. I have to warn you. I have to say what my experience was there. But yeah, this one is called Farouche, and it's a clone of Sauvage. Again, we'll have a review. I've reviewed a couple of Sauvage clones. This is the best I've ever gotten. This is the best Sauvage clone I've ever smelled. Not saying it's the best there is. It is the best I've ever smelled. I actually like it more than Dior Sauvage. And I wanted to preface this with that, saying this company kind of gets under my skin a little bit, but I got to tell you that this is a really good Dior Sauvage clone. I have a couple other fragrances I've been wearing, but I felt like they weren't important to talk about. Those are the big ones. I've just kind of been streaming, playing video games, doing the fragrances thing and like just trying to get some music stuff going. So I hope everybody's well. I know this is crazy times, man. Crazy times, dude. It is like, yeah, I'm just not thinking about it a lot, but it's gets crazier every day. And we're having you're probably not gonna be able to see if I open my window, but we have a fucking blizzard today. Like of all the things we need, I hate the snow. It doesn't matter because I'm not going outside, but like holy shit, dude. And I'm not talking like a little snow. I'm talking like a full like big ass blizzard. So yeah, some wintergreen vape. If everyone was wondering what I'm vaping. Trying to think if there's anything I want to talk about. I almost forget I'm streaming, so this is live. I can kind of do whatever I want. I'll give you a little sneak peek on this Cuba Brazil cologne. The packaging, actually, I think I talked about that before. For the little ones, I love the packaging. It comes in this lipstick kind of tube thing. It's like cheap metal, but it's cool. These big ones come in these little tins. The sides are actually cardboard, so it's a little flimsy, but the top and the bottom are metal. These are just cool, man. They're easy to store, and you know, if you don't want to store it in this, you can put. I'm gonna put like guitar picks. You can put like cell phone cables and all sorts of shit in there. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I was hoping someone would show up, but you know, I get it. Everyone's busy. Just kind of take a look here and see like what's going on. Trying to think if there's anything I wanted to mention regarding what's going on in the fragrance community. I think everything's like pretty chill because like you all know how the fragrance community is. People get in like weird fights and all sorts of bullshit. I kind of don't talk about that stuff because I don't want people to like freak out, and you know what I mean? Like people can get really have very strong opinions. I don't want people to be like, well, I like that person, so fuck you, I'm never coming back, which I ordinarily would be like, fine, fuck you, don't come back. But, I try to appeal to everybody. I will say, Daniel San, most of you should know Daniel San, and if you don't, go check his channel out. He's a fantastic cologne channel. Good buddy of mine, but a while back he had told me he wanted me to like do a video on. He tagged me. He wanted me to do a video on what I thought of YouTubers making their own colognes, like starting their own lines. That was like 2 or 3 months ago. I never got to it. I'm terrible with this stuff. I get so busy. I don't know if I'm going to make a full video on that. I will say quickly, I don't know. I'm kind of like a little indifferent on it because I do see a lot of people say like, well, what the fuck do you know about making, like what do they know about making cologne? It's like, okay, well, like I get it. Like there's definitely a different from like knowing a lot about colognes to actually being a parfumer and like running a business and everything. But I feel like a lot of these people making colognes at least have a decent idea of what they like, right? But the two that I've been following, there's 2 major YouTube reviewers who have been started their own line fairly recently. I'm not going to say their names. You know who the 2 of them are. Of course, like, yeah, I said, I never talked about this. I've been not very positive about either of them. The first one was purely ridiculousness. It was horrible business move. The way that this person handled it was extremely unprofessional. Yeah, so I didn't care about that. And the second one was definitely done with much more tact and professionalism and much more careful. But I don't know. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. I don't want to be a jerk. I just my gut feeling is like, don't buy these fucking perfumes. There's like, they're not making, like, obviously they're not making them themselves, the face behind the brand, but it's just like, I don't trust it. I feel like it's weird. This one particular person, did a lot of marketing for their stuff and said how they were like working very closely with their perfumer to make these niche level perfumes, which are about $200 motherfucking dollars a bottle, which to me is like, I'm never even going to touch anything that expensive. If you do, I'm not shitting on you. That's good for you, but going there, God, that's expensive for a cologne. And then people were like, some of them aren't good, and some of them are like clones of shit. And it's like, I feel like this shit was already in production, and someone reached out and was like, let's market it with your face. So it's like kind of like we've been duped, and it's like, I don't know. That's all I'm going to say on that shit. Okay. Sorry to be negative, but I got to be honest. That's my feelings on that. I kind of mess around with mixing oils and colognes sometimes, but I'm never going to sell it. That's just for my personal use. That's that. Says we have 3 people watching. Hey, if you guys are watching, please talk in the chat. If you don't want to, that's quite all right too. But don't feel free to like chat, man. We can talk about whatever you guys want. We don't have to talk about colognes. Remember, this is just my channel. We can talk about video games or movies or anything you'd like. But obviously, we've been talking about colognes. I'm trying to think. If there's anything else I want to hit. What do I want to talk about? Sorry for the dead air, but I know there's something I'm gonna forget about. Yeah, for you, that was weird. Sorry for you people watching. I had said already, if you like video games, don't feel pressured, but please feel free to check out my Mixer, which is live streaming. You'll get to chat with me there and watch me play games, and it's a fun experience. I will leave a link in the description when this processes. I'm like good with colognes for a while. I have a lot that I have not worn, and it's like I don't want to hoard them. I have more than I ever need, but these Cuba ones are so fucking cheap. I've really been enjoying kind of collecting them. Like I said, Cuba Brazil, which is a huge 3.3 ounce bottle, cost me $4, and it turned out to be a very pleasing juice. So it's not like I spent $4 for some shitty bug spray and it didn't work out. This is good juice. I will look forward to making a review on it and look forward to wearing it. So those are good. So there's a lot more Cubas. I want to collect them, but to be honest, I don't think I will for a while. Let's get through the ones I have now. Also, I do have Cuba Shadow on the way. Amazon's like shipping stuff slowly now, which is totally understandable. So Cuba Shadow is on the way, which is supposed to be a clone of Bleu de Chanel. And I've smelled Bleu de Chanel like once or twice. I'm not big on blue colognes, so I never really I know it's a big one, but I just never owned it. I never was like, I got to get a decant. So that one I won't be able to compare to Bleu de Chanel, but I'll tell you how it is. I'll tell you what it smells like, and if it smells like Bleu de Chanel, you might want to check it out. Again, it was like $5. So you really, if it works out and it smells good, you can't fucking go wrong with these colognes, man. And then I got some more Happy Land fragrances to do. A lot, actually. I was saying I was going to do all of them, which I will, but I only did what did I do? I did Happy Land Signature. I did Blue Fire. I did, what's the other one I did? I just did one, didn't I? I did Amberland and I did Homeland. I did first impressions for Homeland and Amberland, which are the new ones. They're all phenomenal fucking juices. I like EJ. He's a really nice guy. I don't want to come across biased, but I can't lie. They're fucking great juice. So I really, really recommend that company. I'll tell you guys right now, I haven't gotten to them. If y'all are familiar with Happy Land fragrances, I'll tell you the ones that I've been wearing. I've worn them all. I'll tell you the ones that I like that I haven't gotten to review yet. I like Cravate Noir, which is supposed to smell like YSL Tuxedo, I think. Don't know that fragrance at all. Cravate Noir is amazing. It's got this accord that I always like, and sorry if y'all are watching, I got a beer. Grab a beer, man. You need a beer to listen to my fucking ramblings. But Cravate Noir has a chord I love. It's like the herbaceous patchouli woody vanilla, slightly musky accord. You know what I'm talking about. It's in a lot of men's colognes. And it's always, it's generic, and I will tell you, Cravate Noir is one of the more generic smelling ones from the line of Happy Land, but it's much higher quality than what you're used to with designer colognes. It's got this, you cannot go wrong with that. It's very handsome smelling. I also like Paisley Sky, which is like sweet. I always get berries at the top of that one, but I think there's none in there. It's kind of like a floral one. It's got some oud. It's a very smooth oud. A little bit of mint. It's very sweet though. It's very feminine at the top. I like it. It's a little not. It's sweet, but it's got some like weird herbaceousness in it that always doesn't line up with what I like. So I do like that one. It's just not like one I'm like crazy over, but I do like it. I like. I've worn barbershop. It smells a lot to me. The dry down smells a lot like Homeland with that like shaving soap smell, like old school good ass shaving soap. But that leather at the top, I can't do it, man. I'm not saying it's a bad fragrance. It's a very authentic leather. I can't do it, dude. It's too strong for me. And the same goes for Cravat Noir. Plum Loco, which is got plum and spices, and then that leather. The leather's too strong for me. I can't get over it. Although I like the plum smell. And the same also goes for Queer, or I think that's how it's pronounced, Queer Cafe, which is a coffee and leather thing. And I love the coffee, but I can't get over the leather. Those three don't really work for me. He does have one called Home for the Holidays, which smells like coffee and maple syrup, and like it kind of smells like it's got the pumpkin pie gingerbread style with a strong coffee. You gotta like coffee to like that one. The coffee in that one is like probably the best I've ever smelled in a cologne, to be honest with you, of a coffee scent. It's so ridiculously true to life. It smells like you just stuck your nose in some fresh ground coffee beans. That one's really good. I'm trying to think of what the other ones are, man. I think that's all of them. If I'm missing one, if you guys want to let me know. But I think that's all the Happy Land ones so far. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope he comes out with some new ones, like he did. Yeah, he did just come out with Homeland and Amberland like last month. I hope he comes out with some like, I don't know. I hope he just keeps like reinventing the wheel. He's DJs does a really good job at like just making like really, like I've always said in my reviews, they're like artisanal kind of perfumes. So there's a lot of care put into those colognes. I really like that house, and I know I talk about it a lot, but credit where credit is due. They're cheap too for the price. They're parfum extracts. You cannot go wrong. You can get a sample pack too, and if I think it's like $45, and you get every cologne, and they're like 5 ml samples, which is pretty good. That's bigger than the decants I normally get. That house is awesome. I did mention I wanted to try some Givenchy scents, like gentleman only line, but I might pump the brakes on that because I got all my Cuba stuff to go through. What else should I talk about? How about I talk about real quick what games I've been playing, because I'm trying to like a little self promotion with my Mixer stream. I've been playing Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. I recently just played through Spyro on the stream, the remastered one. That shit is fucking like so fun. That game is so fun. And now I'm doing Crash, the remastered one. I'm doing Crash 3, but we're gonna do all three of those, playing Crash Team Racing. Gary Burnett, what's up, man? How you doing? Off topic, but just curious. Does the G3 and East River G3 allude to Vi Satriani G3? No, it doesn't. But it's funny you say that because I've gotten that before, and I thought about that after I made it. The G3 just it's like an inside joke. It's like I was a character in a novel I wrote. It was just like a little inside joke, and I just kind of made the username and was like, G3. I don't, like. But yeah, it's funny you say that though. I'm a guitarist, so I always think about that when I read my name off to myself. Vi Satriani, and who was the other dude that was playing? Was it John Petrucci? And didn't they do one recently with Guthrie Govan in there? He's one of my favorite guitar players. Guthrie Govan is like out of this world talented, man. I think that everything got canceled. Obviously, everything is canceled. So, but no, that to answer your question. But Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, really fun old PlayStation games. Like I said, I'm playing the remastered ones. I'm playing Crash Team Racing, which is fun. If you have an Xbox or a PC, you can play with me if you want. We can play some online. I'm terrible, but whatever. And then I'm gonna play, or I don't know, like fucking Battletoads, or maybe like like get back to the old classics and play like some Nintendo or like Genesis games. There's like so much shit to get through, but like I used to stream. Like I was saying, I used to stream before I created this fragrance channel, and that was like I did that a lot. And I did play a lot of classic games there, like Donkey Kong Country and stuff. I just haven't streamed in a while, man. I just kind of like lost the bug, but I'm trying to get it back, Holy shit. Got a lot of fragrances here. Too many probably, but if you guys have just tuning in, I'm just talking about the Cuba fragrances. And what am I wearing? What's my fragrance of the day? Well, I'm probably gonna wash this stuff off. I always likes to do that. Cuba Winter, which is a clone of like Invictus, kind of like a mix between Invictus and Invictus Aqua, I think. I just uploaded a review of that, so go watch that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm gonna wash it off because I want to wear this fucking beauty cologne. This is Cuba Prestige. This is an Angel Men clone. This is gonna be my scent of the day, scent of the night rather. It's 6:40 where I am, but yeah. Oh Lord, that's good stuff. Trying to think what else I could talk about. I mean, I'm going for like 30 minutes, so I might end this soon. It was going to be just a quick one, but I'm actually enjoying this. And now that I'm thinking, I'm actually liking talking to you guys. I know, like, my whole subscriber base obviously isn't here, but like I was saying, the reason I'm doing this is because I used to do a video series where it would be chatting about fragrances, where between my reviews, I would talk about what I'm wearing and how it's been working out, at work and social situations and stuff. And hey, Daniel, what's up, man? How you doing? It's so great to see you, man. It's awesome to see you, buddy. Yeah, I used to wear these or do these videos, like I said. But honestly, I might do this instead. I might make these little live streams. I feel like that's kind of fun. I don't know why I haven't done these live streams in a while. I don't know. I'm not afraid. Like I don't have any nervousness. Like I said, I stream my video games, so I don't know. How are you doing, Daniel? Like, how you been? It's been crazy times, my friend. Crazy, crazy times. And also, all you folks, as always, let me know what you are wearing, what your scent of the day is. It's always one of my favorite things when people comment on my videos and tell me what their scent of the day. I would rather honestly have you tell me what your scent of the day is than be like, great video. It's just like, I don't do this for money. I don't do this for fame. You all know that. I'm very realistic and down to earth. And honestly, I know it's cliched sounding. I literally do this to connect with people, and chatting about this shit is like always been one of my, it's great. I'm so glad I got into doing fragrance reviews. It's just what's wonderful. Been going to the beach a lot. No one there. That's awesome. The weather here is absolutely horrible, Daniel. It's a blizzard, literally a blizzard. It's terrible. And we can't leave. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You will get a ticket or like fucking arrested. It's crazy. You can't leave your house. So we have all our food and everything. It's just like, it's like getting crazy. It's getting crazy is all I can say. If you'll excuse me one moment, I will be right back. Alrighty. 70 degrees here in Charleston, South Carolina. Wow, I envy you. It's like 20 degrees maybe here. Actually, let me see. What is it? What's the weather here? 33, but it's absolute blizzard. It's been nice here. Like we had a 70-degree day last week, and now we don't. So, yeah. What was I going to ask you, Daniel? Oh, Daniel, you're a vegan, right? I'm going to make a vegan meal tonight. I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, but my girlfriend is a vegetarian. So I'm one of those people where I don't care. Like some people have that kind of like slightly like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't know. They don't like vegetarians for some reason. It's like, or they're like, if you're going to eat something that looks like meat, why don't you just eat meat? And it's like, shut up. Like, just let them do what they want to do, man. Who cares? Don't fucking, I don't get it. But I will eat plenty of vegetarian style things, like a lot of that fake meat that's coming out, like the Impossible Burger and Beyond Meat and all those substitutes. I've tried them all, and I actually really like a lot of them. So I frequently will eat non-meat things. I'd like to be a vegetarian. There's like health reasons I can't get there yet. But I'm making a vegetarian vegan meal for myself tonight. I'm gonna try to make vegan Philly cheesesteaks with jackfruit, which is that big, huge, spiky fruit, and you can buy it canned at Trader Joe's. And you drain it of the brine and everything. And I'm gonna fry it and put some spices in, and make maybe cashew cheese or almond cheese. Which again, like I'll eat cheese. I would love to put a slice of cheese on there and melt it, but I went. I'll tell you a little backstory, not to get on a tangent. About a week ago, I went to a restaurant and they had a lot of like vegan things. So I got the vegan Philly cheesesteak, which was actually seitan instead of jackfruit, but they had put like a cashew cheese spread on it that had like red pepper in it, and I don't really like peppers. This was like delicious, and like I said, I love cheese, but I was like, whoa, that was good. I want to make that. So, if I can get away without eating meat and without consuming animal products, and I can make it in a way that's, tastes good for me, then I'll do it. But I'm still going to, eat meat. Anyways, that's my spiel. I just don't like the people who are like, just like have this weird like grudge against vegetarians. It's very bizarre. Scent of the Day, read for men by Giorgio, Beverly Hills. I actually found your channel. Oh, Gary, I'm so sorry. I thought you were Daniel. Read for Men by Giorgio Beverly Hills, and you found my channel through recommendation. That's amazing. Daniel, thank you for recommending me. Gary, it's great to have you here and talk with you. Read for Men, I don't actually know that. If you don't mind describing it to me, I'm not familiar with that. Daniel, what's your scent of the day? Mine is Cuba Winter, which is the Invictus cologne. It's pretty decent. It's pretty good, but I'm gonna switch it out with I said before with Cuba Prestige, which is an Angel Men clone. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful juice. I'm falling in love with this juice. It's one of the best colognes I have tried this past year. I mean, we're only 3 months in, but in a long time. It's absolutely sensational. And I don't say that lightly because I can get really picky with my colognes. Trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about. Daniel, actually, if you're still here, I hope you stick around for a bit. You had tagged me in a video, which was talking about reviewers on YouTube starting like their own line and making their own clones, and kind of how I would feel about that. And I don't want to reiterate it, but I did talk about it. If y'all want to go back and watch that section of this live stream when I'm done. But I'll reiterate a little. I'm a little negative towards it, and it's like something that I don't normally talk about because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or be perceived as like a grouch, like screw these people, like fuck them, they don't know what they're doing. But I'm very cautious about that stuff. And the two big ones, I won't name their names. It kind of feels like a little scammy to me in a way, and it's overpriced beyond belief. I'm just not positive. That's not to say that, I don't have that kind of feeling like you can't do it because you're not a parfumer. Like, you don't have the training, so what do you know? Go for it. And if people want to buy your stuff, then, good for you, man. Like, I can't do that. That's just my thoughts. And I have been, but like I said, I have been toying with making my own perfumes just for my personal use. And Daniel, I think I remember you saying that as well. Um, I have like some oils and some empty decant bottles and some very high proof, clean alcohol, to put in there. And nothing that would be mass appealing by any means. Very like some like cedar and lavender with a touch of pine and even maybe like a touch of tangerine, like just like kind of weird natural things that some people might not like, but are like good for me to put on to relax and things like that. You agree? Yeah. I mean, it's like that balancing act where like I don't want to be super, super negative towards these people because it's like I don't want to be perceived as like a jerk in the community, but I just like, it feels scammy to me, to be honest. I could go deeper into it, but it feels kind of like untruthful. And yeah, and the pricing is, I don't know. If you, like I said, like if you want to spend the money, I'm not shaming you. Just for me, that's wildly like overpriced. So that's my thoughts on that. Trying to think. Here's a good question for you guys. Have you found any new channels that you've really liked watching? Like, and again, like the bigger channels, we all know who they are. I like them. I just don't watch them as much. Pardon me. I tend to watch the smaller channels. That's just where my heart lies. But like, have you guys found any new channels that, small channels like us where you've really like enjoyed them? I'm trying to think if I found any that I've been watching a little bit of Outlaw Frags. They've been doing well with sub growth and stuff. I like those guys. But there's some other channels I can't remember the name. Dan, I think you recommended one of them. It was a woman. I can't remember her name, but that was a good channel. I subscribed to her. She had some good reviews. Part of my vaping looks like I'm doing a fog machine show for you guys. I can't think of it. Wow, I hear plows out there. That's crazy. It was nearly swimming pool weather last week. I can't think of the name of the channel. Jesus Vapes, unexpected. Johnny Gooch, what's up, brother? Of course, Jesus Vapes, dude. You know what, man? I'll tell you what, brother. It's funny that you say Jesus. Actually, my hair is really long. I haven't caught it in like almost a year. It's just I haven't fucking done it. But I used to have like hair down to my waist, so everybody called me Jesus then. And drinks, yeah. I like the what's it called? The flying spaghetti monster religion, where when you go to heaven, it's a volcano that spews beer of your choice with strippers. I like that idea. That's like what I expect heaven to be like. Vaping's not good. I'm not recommending it. Neither is drinking, but we all have our vices, right? I'm like a mess right now. I'm like drinking and vaping, and I'm like, this coronavirus, man. I tell you, it's crazy. No, this is like really fucking crazy, but I don't know. And I can't even go outside, dude, to fucking like get some fresh air because it's snowing now. You gotta grow it out, man. Never know when you're gonna wake up bald. That's kind of, honestly, I'm not joking. That's kind of been my thing. Like I said, I used to have hair down to my waist for a long time. And then last February, I cut it real short for the first time in years, and people like freaked out. And I like it short. I've been growing it out again, but that's my thing. Like, what if I go bald? Like, what if I go bald? I like having long hair. I kind of feel like I might as well use it. Like use it before you lose it. I don't fucking know. Stuttering Prophet, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What do you got in that vape pen? I got some wintergreen, like kind of menthol stuff. No nicotine. I don't do that. This is kind of just, it's still a bad habit and it's not great for you, but it's just like a relaxing thing for me. It's just, I kind of do it when I do these streams and it's kind of like, it's a bad habit, but I don't use any nicotine or anything like that. The menthol is nice for my sinuses at least. You know, excuse me. Sorry, I'm fucking dying. Daniel, I'm back. My fragrance of the, I'm like got the hiccups. I'm so sorry. Fragrance, I'm not drunk, I promise. Y3 Black, label by Yoji Yamamoto, made in Germany. What's that smell like? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Never heard of that. Never heard of it. I got, guys, check this shit out. This is like a little obsessive. Look at how many Cuba clones I've accumulated. They're like overflowing. Look at all these. I got this big boy. I showed this one off. It's just like, there's so many. I got a couple more coming on the way. I said that they're kind of like Pokemon cards. I want to like collect all of them. There's some good ass clones in the Cuba line. I will say that. Some of them are bad. The worst one I've tried yet has been Cuba Orange. It's pretty horrific. But some of these Cuba clones are like damn nice. I'll wear them. And there's a lot, like way more than I thought. You can actually look up some lists where people tell you what Cuba clone smells or what it's trying to clone basically. And there's like way more than I thought there were. There's a shitload of these Cuba fragrances. It's pretty cool. And it's like, I only buy the ones that I can get like ridiculous discounts on, like $4, $3. So if it's like, if I don't like it, I'll probably give it away. Sorry if you can hear that snowplow. It's kind of loud. Sorry, folks. I'm going to wrap it up here soon, but I got a little bit of time left. A little bit of time left. And for if you folks are watching, like I said, I don't want to pressure anybody, but if you like video games, I will be streaming on Mixer later tonight, probably, and pretty consistently. I'll leave a link to that. If you don't know what Mixer is, it's like Twitch. Just you can watch me play video games and you can chat like just like here. It's pretty fun. It's relaxing. It'll keep your mind off things. Playing some old school PS1 games. Yeah. I mean, like I said, don't feel pressured, but if you like that sort of stuff. Y3 Black. Daniel said that. What is that? I'm going to look that up real quick. I've never heard of that before. Y3 Black label. I have never heard of that. Daniel, have you ever tried any of the Givenchy, like gentleman only line clones? Yoji Yamamoto. It's a cool looking bottle. Says a woody spicy fragrance for men in 2013. Okay, that kind of looks like it would be pretty cool with me. It says a lot. It says it reminds me of La Nuit Alone. Similar feel. Okay, I probably would like that. I really like those kind of clones. I think me and you kind of have very similar noses of what we like. Although you don't like gourmands, am I correct? I love gourmands. Like they're one of my becoming probably my favorite style. Patchouli is also becoming one of my favorite notes in colognes, and specifically in Cuba Prestige, I get a great patchouli note. Which this is a pretty rich gourmand at the top. I mean, it's Angelman. You guys probably know. I've never smelled it. You all probably know what Angelman smells like. Yeah, good. Yeah, Cuba Red. Got it right here. I was saying it reminds me of, I did a review actually, if you want, guys all want to check it out. It reminds me of Burberry London, which you know is my favorite. But it's got like more of like a dry tobacco smell. It's really nice. I really actually like this. And I was saying earlier that when I run out of my little decant of Burberry London, I might actually just stick with this and use it. All right, folks, I got to get going. I'm so sorry to leave you. I know we're just getting into it and having fun, but I'm going to do these again, okay? I'm going to do these. Peace.